the Internet of Value, at Ripple. We have a lot more in mind than just sending money across borders. It's a bit like how Amazon used to sell rare books. This market, though, is worth $10 trillion. You're at a turning point in history. You used to say that what you do for money is like what email did for communication, moving the whole revolution ahead. They understood. There are trillions of cash sitting throughout the planet. P. Is it conceivable that Ripple would take over Swift one day? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to still another 24 hours of crypto. Let us straight into the video for today. Since this doesn't exist on the internet, you will truly like this one. One of the videos deleted, because of copyright strikes, was this one. And I have lately stumbled upon this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing how it all turned out. And let's assume, for $5,000, you might have had a lot of XRP at this point. But this is a valuation of XRP on a very optimistic term. And the data that was shown here and what is happening today in 2025 will utterly blow your head. Good. Like I mentioned, the internet does not have this. This is quite optimistic. And I suffered from ladies and gentlemen syndrome back then. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, syndrome. I mention it a lot in this video, but honestly, it's rather humorous since it's so, I say it too much. It hurts. Yes. Kindly let me know. And I mention I had OK syndrome. Ladies and gentlemen. And then OK, I would say. And I recall you people used to call me out. This is back when we had maybe 40,000, 35,000 members. You should thus relax, since you will truly like this one. And you offer me a breakdown and share with me your actual opinions. Give me some with thorough, decent of, where you find XRP headed. Tell me a good valid argument why you do not believe XRP will reach those levels, as well should you not find XRP not reaching those levels. Still, $100 XRP, 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, what I said. This is a lovely video here. And considering the advancements since the time of this movie, your perspective on crypto will also alter. My friendliness. How much worse might it get ultimately? I have instructed Secretary Connolly to temporarily suspend the convertibility of the dollar into gold or another reserve asset. I was blind, but just today I would want to discuss Bitcoin neutrality. Neutrality regarding Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin neutrality? In Bitcoin, neutrality refers to being able to adopt the tool in any culture, language, religion, region, but also any political or economic system. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw how packed that small little movie was. A Bitcoin convention from years past. Correctly? Ladies and gentlemen, right now, we are living the same moment, okay? The prices in cryptocurrencies, the whole market is collapsing. People enjoy saying that. Since all the major heavy players are arriving in, it is becoming controlled. We are fully aware that these banks would flood these markets with trillions of dollars. All right? They are arriving and will arrive heated. First, though, they will buy at a very low price, especially for businesses like Citadel, who are opening their trading system, Having billions of dollars, they are going to purchase in really cheap and control these markets. And once they buy in cheap, ladies and gentlemen, bid farewell to these low prices, since we will never see anything like this once more. A 31 XRP will be a dream come true, absolutely. I'm going to explain in today's video why I think $1,000 XRP won't be sufficient for the price and overall scale the whole system up from. All right? I will forward to you folks my justifications. I'm going to dissect it for you folks so you could grasp it and comprehend it and know why I believe $1,000 would not work. Having stated that, let's get right into it. Beginning with some optimistic MasterCard, ladies and gentlemen, projections. Listener here, pay attention. Sure, this is truly crucial. Go listen to this question. How much will future importance of interoperability across several digital asset networks be? What hazards does lack of interoperability bring? And how, if at all possible, should interoperability be promoted? We think that maximizing long-term potential of these systems depends on interoperability among several digital asset networks. Absence of mechanisms for interoperability locks liquidity in closed loops, therefore diminishing fungibility of money, fragmenting liquidity, and so restricting competitiveness. But as our answer to question 15 points out, the present dynamics of the digital asset ecosystem make it improbable that users of the space will effectively align on a set of shared technical standards, allowing native interoperability between blockchain in the foreseeable future. And they argue that regulation will be the engine behind this. And which business out there in the crypto space is pushing rules for the overall crypto market? This is Ripple. Ripple is clearing regulations and opening the path for the crypto industry. Let us now enter this breakdown, the interesting section. But how did this breakthrough occur? Well, a Bitcoin maxi tweeted something I found really hilarious. They continued saying the worldwide bond market is valued at 120 trillion. Once these folks understand what Bitcoin is, what happens? Assuming 60 trillion goes into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's value is thus $3,200,000. Okay? Some lessons for you, ladies and gentlemen, from this. From a standpoint of Bitcoin as a store of value, one could see plausible shore. One could find possibilities here. But ladies and gentlemen, okay? What XRP is doing, it's not about merely hanging around and the money coming in. It's about producing a digital asset with worth that will migrate value from A to B. Sure, we discuss Internet of Value here. Okay, IoT, something none of us humans peasants have ever seen before. Therefore, when we consider a $60 trillion market cap for XRP, people start acting irrationally, claiming, oh, this has never happened in my lifetime. Actually, nobody's lifetime has seen such occurrence, but what all the top elites and the World Economic Forum are aiming at. All right. Though that sounds absurd, ladies and gentlemen. That's all right. When XRP gets above 100, 200, 300, $1,000, we will be the ones laughing. Good. But what they intend is a utility token linking all around the globe, okay? It is therefore a level playing field and compatible with every single system existing on Earth. It's merely a plug-and-play mechanism, now okay? Their ideal is exactly like this. That serves as the ultimate goal. Every significant institution in the globe able to settle every major fiat asset with every other institution in a compatible jurisdiction